Hi, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be looking at some quick little love notes from your person. This is going to be a message cards only reading, and there are 4 groups to choose from, which I have broken down by element. So group 1 is for Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, and it is the Aragonite crystal. Group 2 is for air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, along with the Celestite. Group 3 is fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, with this Citrine. And group 4 is water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, with the Quartz. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups, or perhaps all of the groups that you are feeling most drawn to, I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps for each group in the description box of the video if you would like to jump ahead. Hi, group 1. You chose the Aragonite, or maybe you are watching this for an earth sign or because you yourself are an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. So these are going to be some quick little love notes from your person. I'm going to be pulling 4 cards from 4 different decks. So for group 1, for earth signs, what does their person want them to know? Okay, so they say, I am so scared you may turn me down. So your person could definitely be working through some fears at this point in time if you were in a no contact situation, and there's this energy of them wanting to approach, reach out. If this is somebody you are in contact with, maybe there's a desire to express some deeper feelings for you. This could also be a friend who has some deeper feelings for you, and they're kind of hesitating on the brink of making these things known and just holding back. And they also say this feels like hell. So if you're in a separation or no contact with somebody, they're really not liking it. They're not liking the silence. They're not liking the separation. Again, they might be on the brink of wanting to break that ice, kind of move through that silence and present you with some kind of an offer, an apology, or a declaration of love. And they also say, I smell your scent around me. So you could be picking up on this person's energy. They could be picking up on your energy as well, really daydreaming about each other, thinking about this, desiring to move in your direction, return to a sense of closeness with you. And they also say, stop focusing on me and go after your dreams. So this person really wants you to live your best life. And they might, again, be hesitant about kind of stepping forward, creating communication with them. But they really don't want you to be stuck in any kind of energy of waiting, of longing. They want the best for you. And, you know, they feel like, again, they're moving through some fears right now, some things on their end that they're going to have to kind of deal with and progress through in order to, you know, speak their truth to you, to make themselves known. And in the meantime, they just want you to continue to focus on your abundance, on your joy, on really creating your best life, living your best life. And, you know, by doing that, it can help to create this energy that they themselves can tap into of, you know, courage and prosperity and confidence. And that can really help this person as far as navigating through their own fears and hesitations. So let's get some more messages for you. Group 1 for Earth signs. What do they want you to know? Okay, and they say open your heart. So they're really hoping that you will be receptive to them when they work through these fears and approach you, make some communication. And they're also kind of, I feel, hoping that you can move beyond any pain or dissatisfaction, any kind of trust issues that may have arisen because of the circumstances with this person. They, again, really want you to live your best life, to step into abundance and joy, be in that energy of receptivity. And, you know, they're hoping that you can work on healing your heart, work on trusting again, and being open to love in whatever form that it presents itself to you. And they also say, look inside yourself. So this is really speaking to, you know, if you are in separation, a period of no contact, of silence, they're really wanting you to recognize that in the higher realms, you are always connected with this person. We had that energy as well of them really feeling your energy, sensing your energy, and this is perhaps very mutual. So they're encouraging you that, you know, if the longing and the loneliness gets too much during this period of separation and no contact, to really tap into that higher self, that place in the higher realms where the two of you are one. They also say you are always in my thoughts. So they're definitely feeling your energy, tapping into your energy, focusing on this, reminiscing about this connection, hoping for the best for you, and, you know, trying to kind of, again, maneuver through fears to make their way towards you. And that can be in the form of, you know, restarting the relationship, turning the page, beginning a new chapter, or at the very least, I feel this person really wants to be a part of your life as a friend, or just in some way move closer to you than they currently are. And they also say trust. So they're wanting you to kind of surrender to the flow of divine timing, trust in the process, trust that the energy, even that you're picking up from this person, any kind of telepathy that may be going on, any signs that you're seeing, to really rely on that as originating from their higher self, as guidance from spirit, from your spirit team, from your angels that are really kind of directing you to the next phase, the next stage of your life, and just reminders that despite what things might look like in the 3D, any kind of separation or no contact, that again, in the higher realms, you are connected with this person. Any kind of feelings of love that are emanating from them that you're picking up on as well, they're really asking you to trust your instincts that this is coming from this person, that at this time that might be all they're capable of giving to you is, again, just sending that love energy from afar. So let's get some more messages. Group 1. Okay, and they say, you mean the world to me. So this person has a lot of love for you, despite what the 3D circumstances might look like, despite whatever might have happened in the past with you, whatever was said, whatever is done. They really want you to step into that best life. They want you to be happy. They're hoping that that will be with them again one day. And if it's not, you know, they really just want you to live your best life, open up your heart to receiving the love that you deserve and are worthy of. And they also say, I'm trying to get my stuff together. So moving through some fears, having to face those shadows and, you know, the potential of rejection. They're sitting on some pretty deep feelings. They want to make contact or, you know, even just present an apology to you for maybe some distance, some silence, or something that was said or done in the past. But this is a process. And so again, they're wanting you to really have trust that there are things going on behind the scenes, that it might not be so apparent in the 3D, but there is movement in the subtle realms and the higher realms happening in this connection. And they also say, am I deserving of your love? So there's more of that fear of rejection where they're really, you know, that's holding them back. They're not sure. Maybe a lot of time has passed since you were last in contact with them, or just the nature of your circumstances last time you were together. they're really seeing you in a new light. They're seeing how, you know, you have this abundance mindset and the prosperity you've created for yourself, and the way you emanate love. Everything you touch just shines a little brighter after you've come into contact with it. And so all these things that they are both really admiring about you and drawn to you about are also some things which are kind of holding them back. It's creating this fear and this hesitation about, are they good enough? Do they have what it takes to really rise up and meet you at your level? And they also say, I want to see you. So more of that longing and that yearning to move closer to you, break the silence, kind of move beyond any kind of a winter stage that you may find yourselves in, energetically speaking, or in terms of your 3D circumstances. So let's get the final 4 messages for you. Group 1 from your person. What do they want you to know? And they say, you are so sweet. Thank you for being so compassionate. So that's that very loving, nurturing, abundant, giving energy that they are perhaps appreciating for the first time, recognizing in a new way. It's something that's drawing them to you, but at the same time is creating this kind of wall of fear that they must move through. That, you know, I feel that a lot of them know that based on what might have happened in the past, apologies could be owed. There could be some difficult conversations which would take place. They see you as a very compassionate person, so a part of them is really being urged forward because they know that on some level there would be at least the receptivity to hear them out. That on some level you would allow them that space to really speak their truth. But at the same time, again, this fear of rejection and the fear of the what if you chose not to exercise that compassion for them? What if you closed the door to them? Or, even rejection itself, the possibility of that is almost a little more than they can bear at this point in time. So they almost feel safer in this silence, kind of working up the nerve to approach. And they also say, my love for you runs so deep. So despite everything that has happened in the 3D, there's a lot of love here. A lot of love at the soul level, that you both are connected in the higher realms during this period of separation, this period of silence, of no contact. But the energy of love, the cords of love, those are unbreakable. You're already in union in the higher dimensions, and it's just the 3D that is maybe a little bit complicated, that has some things that need to be worked through, some barriers and blocks that need to be transcended. And they also say, I have never felt this strongly about anyone. So this is definitely a higher level soulmate, a counterpart situation, or perhaps even a twin flame situation, that even in the silence and the separation, this may have really helped them to appreciate and understand your energy and the connection in a new way, because, as time has gone on, the feelings have not diminished. It feels that they have almost increased. They have grown. This person is seeing these things, seeing you, seeing this connection from a different perspective, and is coming to the point of cherishing you, has come to that point of cherishing you and cherishing this energetic bond, kind of setting this apart from all other experiences and people in their life, which is both something that, they really treasure that, but it's also very intimidating, and therefore operating as kind of a barrier that they must move through to this love, that this feeling that they've kind of put up on a pedestal, as opposed to really taking it down off of that. They're now being challenged to rise up to the level to meet that. And they also say, my heart melts every time you look into my eyes. So that's a beautiful message to close this reading for you with, group 1. And again, speaking to all this just profound love that they have. This person is very much, all of these cards here are green. This is heart chakra messages here. So this person is really, they're sitting in their heart space right now. They're really feeling into this. They want you to open their heart. Their heart is open to this. So you may be sensing kind of a shift in the energy, feeling them again, feeling feeling these loving thoughts, seeing signs, seeing their name, synchronicities, songs that remind you of this person. You could also be smelling their scent around you or feeling them energetically. And this all comes from the fact that there's a lot of loving attention that they are putting energetically onto this connection presently, as they are in the process of kind of moving through some fears, some hesitations to really follow that pull, that they are being magnetized towards you to make some contact, to, do something to shift the situation and at least put themselves out there for the possibility of a new beginning with you. So I'm going to get some initials now. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out for group 1 for Earth signs. All right, so we have X, W, M, Z, R, I, F, and G. So those are your messages, group 1. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the video. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 2. You chose the Celestite, or maybe you are watching this because you are an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, or your person is. So I'm going to be getting 4 message cards from 4 different decks. So for air signs, what does their person want them to know? Okay, and they say, I have to learn to trust my intuition. So this person may be getting some signs, some guidance, some nudges to speak some truth to you, to make contact with you again if this is a no contact situation. This person might also be kind of feeling into some of the deeper chords, the deeper elements of the soul connection. They're starting to understand that this love that you share between the both of you, it's different somehow than anything they had experienced previously. It's maybe opening them up to some parts of the shadow within themselves that they need to face. And this could also be opening them up to, some activations, some downloads could be coming in, some psychic gifts could be coming online for this person at this time, including maybe a heightened intuition, some kind of psychic or sixth sense. And this person might be kind of trying to maybe fight that or close that off, but they're feeling this nudge to really explore that, open that, trust in what they are getting in terms of intuitive hits and guidance. And they also say, I'm so scared you may turn me down. So they could be hesitating about approaching, maybe speaking some truth that they are being guided to deliver, or an apology if this is a no contact situation, out of fear of maybe a lot of time having passed, or again, really not trusting maybe these visions or these intuitive hits that they're getting at this time, that, the situation is right, the energy is right to take that next step, to make that contact, to kind of shift the situation between the both of you. And they also say, I smell your scent around me. So they could definitely be picking up on you energetically. You could be picking up on them. You could be seeing a lot of signs of each other. Again, these intuitive hits, these nudges. This could be seeing each other's name. They could be seeing your name, seeing people that look like you, things that remind them of times that you were spent together, some kind of maybe connection with music, hearing songs that remind them of you. They could be seeing even angel numbers or 1111, just these little synchronicities that are really kind of tapping them on the shoulder to look deeper into this, explore this deeper, that this connection goes beyond just, their average and previous experiences in love. And they also say, I can't let go of the 3D. So they could be having some difficulty letting go of the past, either some past relationships that they were in that left a bad taste in their mouth, kind of closed them down to the idea of love. This can also be in terms of some kind of a world view. Maybe there's somebody that was not very spiritual to begin with. They may have had some more traditional views, or somebody that, just was kind of opposed to religion and spirituality in general, someone who is more maybe scientifically, logically minded. And so as they are opening up to or at least just their focus was on things of a more mundane nature. They maybe hadn't given much thought to spirituality and kind of the soul, or, concepts of reincarnation, past lives, soulmates, anything like that. And so as they are kind of being awoken to these kind of the more intricate layers of what we know as reality, kind of these additional dimensions and aspects to the self and to this connection and to love and to existence. It's something that they may be having a really hard time expanding their mind, letting go of their preconceived notions, to really take this in, to really allow their perspective to be expanded. And this can also be if you had some kind of a fight or disagreement in the past, something that, occurred that put you into a no contact circumstance. It could be having a very difficult time kind of letting that go, letting go of the memories of the past, maybe what they said or what they did, or what you said or what you did. And so it's creating this wall of fear that's creating this sense of a fear of rejection, almost, to step forward with an apology, or, they're not really certain if they can trust their instinct that, time has sort of shifted the circumstances. You've both grown as people, and the tools you were operating with and the experiences you had together in the past, they don't necessarily dictate the future potential of the connection. So let's get some more messages for you. Group 2. Okay, and they say, I often think of our last intimate times together. So this person's reminiscing a lot. They could again be thinking back in terms of that I can't let go of the 3D of maybe some things that were said or were done on either end or both of your ends in the past. And it's something that's really operating as a block at this point in time. They could be having some regrets, maybe some missed opportunities for not speaking up about their feelings when they had the opportunity, or some things that were said that, you know, they're now regretting that maybe they spoke too harshly, or they weren't speaking the truth of their heart, but maybe just were kind of reacting in a way of pushing love away, or, you know, trying to maybe kind of conform to the expectations that others had of them, or these projections that were placed upon them. And they also say, let's talk. So as they are working through these fears, this block, this kind of fear of rejection, there is this desire to move towards you. Again, with the intuition, they could be getting some nudges, some hints that the energy is ripe. The time is now to really make a move, to create some change, create some sort of shift in the circumstance between the both of you. And we have fear held me back. So confirmation there in terms of in the past, fear could have held them back, maybe fear of what others would think, or even fear of rejection in the past. They could have really kind of idolized you, put you on a pedestal, really admired your energy, really been quite aware in a subconscious way of kind of the next level connection between the both of you, which could have been very alluring and at the same time very intimidating. And so there was a fear factor there in not pursuing this, not exploring this more, or the more they begin to feel about it, they were kind of triggered to sort of push things away, to kind of retreat back into something that was more comfortable, maybe focusing on work, or, you know, just trying to keep very logically minded, stay very grounded in their thinking, very, you know, mundane in the orientation of their thoughts. And so these kind of spiritual concepts, or these, you know, deep feelings of love welling up from within them, perhaps even like a Kundalini awakening. This could have been something that really was triggering for them, very frightening for them. They tried to close that off and just kind of move away from that. And they also say, be patient. So they're hoping that you will continue to keep an open heart as they kind of work through this in their own way, at their own pace, through the assistance of the divine and these signs and these nudges and this intuition, that as much as they might try to close that down, it's going to be relentless. It's going to keep coming in until, kind of like the call keeps coming until they answer. And so they're from their higher self asking you to understand that this is a process. They're in a process of letting go of maybe some past belief systems or ways of showing up in their life or in relationships in general. And so opening up to a new way of being, it can definitely take time. This could be someone that's having a difficult time with change, having a difficult time with letting things go. There could be a lot changing in their life in general. So they're kind of in this chaotic energy right now of, you know, wanting to make a move, knowing that changes need to happen, but not really sure at this point in time which way to go, what to do. And they're at this point of, you know, being guided to go within, trust that intuition, trust that guidance, that the path will reveal itself to them once they kind of move into this energy of surrender and acceptance and being open to something more than just their ability to kind of logically map out a plan for themselves, that, you know, they're being asked to kind of open to the divine's hand in sort of shaping their life and shaping their future. And they're at a point of, you know, really needing to move into this space of co-creation, kind of let go of some control issues. So let's get some more messages for you. Group 2 for air signs. Okay, and they say, baby, I miss you. So in the separation and the no contact, they're really thinking about you, feeling you, reminiscing on the good times you had, you know, a sense of almost regret at things that were said or done or not done in the past. And there's this desire to change that, to remedy that, to make different choices moving forward. But again, they're in this place of not really being confident enough to do that, or not sure really what to do to change things. They also say, I often think of wanting to see you again. So more of that nostalgia and wanting to really shift the energy, shift the dynamic between the both of you. You're definitely on their mind. They're thinking about you a lot, seeing a lot of signs, getting a lot of nudges. And they say, I dream of you. So this could be very mutual. They could be showing up in your dreams. You're definitely showing up in their dreams. I feel that energetically in the higher realms, from the higher self level, you're really helping this person. You're really helping to guide this person and encourage this person to sort of trust the journey that they're on, trust this awakening and this expansion which is taking place. And they also say we are mirroring each other. So you definitely could be, you know, faced with your own fears, your own kind of blockages that you're needing to really address and really work through. And this is also can indicate that, you know, maybe your intuition is heightening at this point in time. You're seeing a lot of signs and not sure really to what to make of that. You know, not sure, is this an indication? You're seeing 1111. Does this mean this person's coming back? You know, and it could be very mutually experienced where you're being called to really move into the space of trust and surrender and, you know, allow the path to be revealed to you as you kind of take in the information, the input from the universe, and just be open to guidance at this time. So let's get some more messages for you, group 2. Okay, and they say, I often withdraw to process our connection. It is where I receive greater understanding. So this is really them telling you to maybe not take it very personally if their energy, or if you have contact with them to some capacity in the 3D, if they kind of go cold or go silent, that they, you know, there's a lot coming into this person energetically speaking. There's a lot of expansion that's happening, a lot of intuitive hits that are happening, and it could be very overwhelming for them. So they may be in this place of kind of leaning more into the connection, leaning more into the energy, and then just getting at this point of overwhelm where they kind of have to withdraw and sort of take it all in, let it all soak in, and kind of acclimate to this high level love, this frequency. And they say, every time I see you in my dreams, I never want to wake up. So there's another card talking about dreams. So again, you could be dreaming of this person. They're definitely dreaming of you. You're meeting in dreams, and connecting just beyond any of this, the kind of the constraints of the 3D, the circumstances of the 3D. It's somewhere where you can even set the intention to meet with them, meet up with them energetically. A lot of healing is taking place in the dream realm, in the astral realm. And they say, you inspire me so much, I want to create beautiful things with you. So a deep admiration that they have for you. And, you know, despite everything that they're going through and things that might have happened in the past, there is this desire to really work on this relationship, to really transcend the stage that you find yourselves at currently, and to step this connection up to the next level in whatever way that means for you in your circumstance. And they say, I want to sing sweet lullabies to you as you sleep soundly next to me. So a third card there referring to kind of like sleep and nighttime and dreams. And so again, dreams could be really significant at this point in time. You could be getting a lot of clarity through dreams as well, as far as connecting with this person's higher self, maybe having conversations with them in that aspect that they are unable to have at this point in time in the 3D because of just this overwhelm and maybe a lot of chaos that's happening in their life that's sort of causing them to retreat, to go within. Music can also be significant to your connection in general, or you could be hearing a lot of songs that remind you of this person. And I feel that they're getting some of those signs and intuitive nudges could be coming in the form of music. So I'm going to get some initials now. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out. For group 2 for air signs. All right, so we have P, J, Z, K, H, Y, T, N, and C. So those are your messages, group 2. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the video. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you would like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 3. You chose the Citrine, or maybe you are watching this because you are a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or your person is a fire sign. So I'm going to be getting 4 cards from 4 different decks. So for fire signs, what does their person want them to know? Okay, and they say, please respect my boundaries. So if this person has asked for some space or has just kind of pulled back from this connection energetically, they're really hoping that you can not take this personally, but maybe just understand the need that they have for some space to process things. They may not have been able to articulate that to you, that maybe they have a lot of other things going on in their life that is just really pulling their energy. Maybe they're feeling pulled in a lot of different directions, or something about this connection, the energy in general, or just the stage of the connection that you're at. It's created some overwhelm for them. There's some triggers that may have happened, some wounds from the past that may have surfaced. They may need some time to just kind of think things through, to really feel into this, to come to their own decisions about what the connection means, what this means for them, who you are to them. They also say, I fear the unknown. So they could have a fear of commitment, a fear of rejection, a fear of loss. This connection could be so intense that it is really, it's bringing up again a lot of triggers as far as what does this mean? What is the significance of this? If you've mentioned words like soulmate or twin flame, this could have been quite outside of their usual concepts of things, or it might be something like with soulmates, it's a pretty commonly understood term. It's been used for quite a while. Twin flame is a little more recent, so I have a feeling that for the most part, like most people have heard the word soulmate before. They may not have heard twin flame, but in either circumstance, there may be some kind of a belief system that has been attached to either or both of those titles, those terms. And so if that was used, it could have really triggered this person to, you know, kind of back off from this, to maybe, or even it kind of activated something within them that really resonated. It really unlocked a key within them that could have been quite startling. They could really need some time to kind of process this, and that it's very unknown to them, sort of the deeper significance, or, you know, the meaning, the experience of either or both of those titles, or those states of being, and kind of seeing beyond the words. And what does that mean in terms of an energy? What does that mean in terms of an experience? How does that then shape or reshape the overall concepts and experiences of love? And so it could be something that, you know, again, they're feeling a little bit skittish about this at that point in time. They're having to kind of back within themselves to come to their own truth, their own conclusions about things. And they also say, you block or unfriend me on social media. So this can go either way. You could have blocked this person. They could have blocked you. They, again, might not have really taken the best approach as far as asking for space, saying that they needed some time to kind of think about things. They could have just completely pulled away, ghosted, blocked. And, you know, so from their higher self, they're almost speaking the words that they were unable to speak when they made that decision, when they made that move. This can also really speak to maybe the fact that they've pulled away, and that's led to you blocking them, you closing yourself off, you feeling this acute sense of rejection based on maybe their overwhelm and just having to retreat within themselves. And so there's some disappointment there as far as the consequences of their actions, or the words that were spoken, or even just the energetic shift within them. And it was not what they expected. It's not what they intended. They may have, you know, again, not really gone about it in the best way in asking for space and communicating that they needed to think about things. They needed some time to really feel into all of this, process this, figure all of this out. And it could have resulted in you just kind of shutting off communication with them in general. And now they almost feel at a point of not being sure how to really even step back towards you, to move back in the direction of this connection, as they have maybe come to be a little more comfortable with this energy, done some research, gotten a little more knowledge as far as what soulmates are, what twin flames are. Maybe they've, you know, just kind of searched within their own soul. They've gotten some divine guidance as far as the connection, the energy that they're feeling between the both of you. And they could be at this point of, you know, wanting to open up again, wanting to kind of step back towards this, but they could find themselves inhibited from doing so in a literal way. And they also say, you make me smile when you cross my mind. So if they had pulled away, or you find yourself in a no contact situation, this doesn't diminish the love that they have for you. This definitely feels like an energy of just being very overwhelmed, needing to kind of almost go into the hermit mode to process things, to come to this knowledge, gain this wisdom, kind of on their own private journey, the journey within self, the journey to really tap into their spirituality and, you know, just wait for and seek out that intuitive knowing about the truth, about, you know, what all of this means, what this connection means for both of you and for them. And so as they're going through this process of self-discovery and really digesting the energy, it's, you know, there's still a lot of love for you. They are, you know, becoming more comfortable, it feels like, with this energy, with this connection. It's something that it may have kind of frightened them at first, but it's something they're developing a fondness for it. They're really starting to understand how, you know, this is a very beautiful and a powerful energy, not something to be feared, but something to be really harnessed and embraced. So let's get some more messages for you, group 3. Okay, and they say, please forgive. So again, I feel they're really trying to apologize for maybe the tactics or the methods that they use to pull away instead of using their words to express that. They may not have been able to articulate that. It could have just been an emotional sensation of needing to recoil, almost a very instinctual reaction. And it's something that, you know, there's a lot of regret for how things played out, the circumstances which could have led to the point of you feeling so hurt that you blocked them or unfriended them or just have kind of cut them off. And they're feeling almost that you are just kind of over the connection. You're kind of dismissing them, that you're operating in a space of hurt right now, which is understandable. And it's something that, you know, that sense, that knowing of and feeling of the pain that you have gone through and the pain that you're experiencing. This is part of what they're having to sit with as well and really digest and feel into and come to terms with. And so they may not be able to, perhaps even because you have literally blocked them or they've been the one that have blocked you, in the 3-day they might not be able at this time to approach with an apology or, you know, express remorse for what happened. But from the higher self level, they want you to know that they're sorry about that. And they also say, I need space right now. So that's a confirmation again of that card of boundaries. This person definitely feels like they are in hermit mode. They're going within, they're processing, they're having to really acclimate to this energy, to maybe some understandings and, you know, some knowledge about this next level love, this deep soul connection that you have with this person, what it means for them, what it means for, you know, reshaping their concept of life and love in general. And they say, yes, your feelings are correct. So they're feeling the connection. If you're feeling this connection, they are feeling this connection. They're acknowledging that there is this bond here. And despite what things may look like, despite what they may have done or said in the 3D, it really feels that the energy was very overwhelming for them. On a certain degree, it continues to be overwhelming. They could be somebody that has, you know, undergone some kind of a spiritual awakening now because of this, some activations that have happened. There's a lot that they're having to process. They may or may not be, you know, seeking out information in the 3D, you know, researching soulmates, researching twin flame soul connections. This could be something that, you know, they're just kind of energetically trying to navigate this, trying to process this, not having anyone they can really talk to about things. And so if you sense kind of like a tense or almost an irritated energy from this person, they could be very frustrated with themselves for, you know, not really being able to come to the answers or, you know, not being able to perhaps even really escape this energy as they are in a process of kind of incorporating this into themselves, opening up to some deeper layers of who they are, their truth, their understanding. They could be quite resistant to that, to kind of the evolutionary processes could be quite difficult for them, as this is, you know, bringing up a lot of maybe wounds as well from the past. And they also say, I could only work with what I had at the time. So they're definitely acknowledging that they may have gone about things in not the best approach when you were last dealing with them, in terms of maybe ghosting you, blocking you, saying some harsh things to kind of push love away. And so there's some regret there, but, you know, they are in this process of evolution, of kind of learning some new tools, learning some more about themselves, facing some of these shadows within themselves, and kind of the realization that what they might have pushed away in the past could have been everything that they were looking for. So let's get some more messages for you, group 3. Okay, and they say, I have a desire to see the world with you. So they are being compelled back in your direction. It may not feel like it, but energetically they're, this process of kind of going through the depths within themselves, being very triggered, being very confused, having to kind of sift through and sort out all of that. It is ultimately bringing them to a point of clarity, a point of acceptance and understanding about this connection, about you, about the significance of both of you in each other's lives. And even if this is something they can't really put to words or articulate energetically, and from the higher self level, they're, and at the soul level, they're really starting to make sense of things. They're starting, I'm feeling with that reference even to the world, they are kind of running the full gamut of feelings of being really elated by this, being very frustrated by this, leaning into this, pulling away from this. There's just a lot churning and turning within this person. They're seeing things from every angle. They're recognizing the things that they've done in the past, both in this connection and in other ways in their life, and how that may have kind of yielded the results or the situation they now find themselves in. They're dealing with a lot of guilt and a lot of shame and self-blame, and at the same time also projecting onto others, kind of not taking responsibility, playing that victim role, but then on the flip side also, taking too much of the weight of the world on their shoulders. So this person feels definitely in this process of transition, seeing things from all angles. They could be in the midst of a dark night of the soul currently. You could be picking up on that energetically from them as well. And they also say, I dream of you. So despite this kind of tumultuous energy in whatever circumstances you find yourself in the 3D, in the higher realms, in the astral realms, you are connected, you are one, you are meeting. This could be one of the only places that this person finds a sense of tranquility and harmony, energetically speaking, is while they're sleeping, while they're dreaming. They could also be having some kind of dreams and nightmares and some kind of anxieties and flashbacks about things that happened in the past. But then also at a certain level, they're getting a lot of healing. They're almost getting recharged in that sleep state, in the dream state, by connecting with you, connecting with your energy in that capacity. That's really helping to give them that boost to continue on this path, to keep going, to keep facing these shadows, facing what comes up and working through that, allowing that to kind of filter through them, filter through their experience, and allowing themselves to be shifted and changed by all of this. They also say, I am awake and confused about all of this. So confirmation there of this person having gone some kind of a spiritual awakening. They could be in a dark night of the soul, very much energetically aware of the larger significance of this connection, and perhaps in the process of kind of working through that, working through what that means, finding the words to really put to their feelings, a way to explain all of this. Again, if you had maybe mentioned soulmates or twin flames in the past, and that could have very much triggered them, that they are awakening to that concept. They are coming to understand that concept for, more than just the surface level associations with either or both of those terms. And they say, stop questioning our connection. So kind of a tough love message there from their higher self that, and I feel that this is, kind of loving tough love that, you might be picking up on this person's flux, on their energetic kind of like shift and this turmoil that they're going through as they are really going through their own spiritual awakening, their own ascension, their own dark night of the soul. And, you could be picking up at a distance of these feelings, these kind of dense emotions, anger, sadness, confusion, anxiety, frustration. And so it could be something that you're really internalizing, that you're maybe taking this on as this person actively pushing you away, rejecting this, directing anger your way. And this could actually be the opposite, where you're just kind of through your empathic soul connection, you're picking up on these things from this person. It's not directed towards you. You're just sort of, you're picking it up as a byproduct of the soul connection. So from their soul, from their higher self, they're letting you know that, you're kind of in this boat with them, to stop questioning the, what you're feeling, stop questioning the connection, that this is in a process of kind of sorting itself out. This person is in a process of transformation, of evolution. And, so it can also be a good idea to, do what you need to do to kind of separate yourself from some of those heavier, denser emotions that you're feeling from this person. Almost like if, It's almost akin to, you know, like if someone's having a tantrum or some kind of an emotional outburst, sometimes it's best to just sort of let that person purge that, let that person process that, not get involved in it, not take it on personally, but kind of, you know, separate yourself, distance yourself from that, energetically speaking. Learn to really separate what you're picking up from this person versus what actually has its genesis within you and within your experience. And to really, again, this guidance to tap into them, feel into them, trust what you're feeling in the higher levels, what's coming through in dreams, the healing and the energetic connection that can be quite different from what you're experiencing in the 3D, or even some things that you're picking up energetically as this person goes through their shift, through their awakening. So let's get some more messages for you, group 3. Okay, and they say it's right on the tip of my tongue. I just need the courage to say it. So this person is probably feeling compelled to reach out, to communicate some things that they're holding back out of maybe fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. This could even be this person really on the brink of saying you were right about soulmates, or you were right about feeling this strong connection with them. It's something that could really have sort of shaken their world, shaken their understanding of things, of love, and they could even be dealing with some kind of blaming themselves for sort of pushing this away, and they've come to really understand and are coming to understand this connection from a deeper level. And you know, it's sort of a feeling of being kind of hard on themselves for self-sabotaging, perhaps, although, you know, they had said here they were only working with what they had at the time, the tools that they had at the time, maybe operating out of a place of wounding, a place of being very triggered, pushing love away, holding love at arm's length. And so there are some breakthroughs happening, there's shifts happening, there's growth happening here, and it feels like they're very much on the verge of a major breakthrough. So any kind of chaotic energy you could be feeling from this person, any kind of rumblings energetically, this can really be symptomatic of some major shift, a major breakthrough that's about to happen. They also say, I have become so empowered. Thank you for believing in me. So your connection in the higher realms, the soul connection, the openness that you continue to have for them to whatever degree in your heart, and even if you've really closed yourself off energetically, there still is that bond, and it's something where they're getting a lot of healing from that. They're getting a lot of empowerment from that. It's helping them to recharge, to continue on this journey of unfolding, of kind of letting the things go that no longer resonate with them and stepping into this new version of self. They also say, I'm buzzing with energy every time I think of you. So that's more of that kind of tumultuous energy, this energy of shift, of flux that could be coming from this person. There's almost an excitement and anticipation. They seem very fearful of what might happen next, what's on the other side, coming out of this darkness, becoming that light, illuminating the world around them, and becoming the change that they wish to see. And it's something that they could both be anticipating, and yet there's this fear, there's trepidation about stepping into something that at a soul level they know is better than where they were, where they currently are, but it's also very unknown. And so there's a little bit of kind of holding back about that, being a little bit nervous about maybe this will be too good to be true, or just what will that look like? How will life, which is shifting and changing for them, what is that going to show up as? What is that going to manifest as for them? And they say, thank you for helping me to overcome my darkest fears and feelings of shame. So that's a great message to close this reading with for you, group 3, and just confirms this energy of kind of the dark night of the soul that this person could currently be going through. And again, acknowledging the energetic connection in the higher realms that has really helped to recharge them and encourage them through this process. Any love that you've been sending them, they are receiving this. It may be hard to even perceive energetically from them. And this really, again, just feels like there's a lot shifting, a lot changing with this person. Their worldview is expanding, their mind is kind of being cracked open, their soul and their spirit is just really expanding to a higher expression of self, than they had previously been emanating out into the world. And so it is a process, but they are, you know, they're right at a point of a major breakthrough, a major energetic shift. You could be feeling that, these kind of rumblings and churnings from them, sort of like this sort of shaking, almost chaotic energy that will, you know, then give way to this kind of vista of peace on the other side of that. So continue to send this person love if you've been doing that, and continue to do what you need to do to kind of separate yourself from any of these denser energies that you're picking up from them as they are in their own process of evolution currently. So I'm going to get some initials for you. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out for group 3 for fire signs. All right, so we have M, K, V, J, Z, G, T, H, I, D, and S. So those are your messages, group 3. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the video. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 4. You chose the Quartz Or maybe you are watching this because you are a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or your person is. So I'm going to be getting 4 message cards from 4 different decks. So for group 4, for water signs, what does their person want them to know? Okay, and they say, I look happy, but I'm not. So this person could be really trying to fit into a role, an expectation that others have for them, wearing a mask that is hiding a lot of pain and a lot of confusion. And I feel that this is also really talking about if you're in a separation, in a no contact, and it might seem like they've just gone about their life and things are great and they are unaffected, that there's actually a lot going on beneath the surface, kind of this energy of still waters run deep, that there could be a lot of pain and longing and missing you, missing this connection, still feeling this connection, feeling perhaps more deeply into it than they were aware of previously, and maybe over time those feelings have only grown, but this person is trying very hard to keep that secret, keep that hidden and within. And they also say, I do not know what to say to you. So whatever might have happened in the past could have very much represented almost like a final ending. They could have said some very harsh things. The experience between the both of you of going into the no contact circumstance could have been very painful, very sudden, or something very final. And so they're really not sure how to come back from that. Again, the feelings have maybe grown or perpetuated within them that over time has caused them to look at this with new eyes, appreciate it in a new way, but they're not really sure how to turn the page with the both of you. And so they just try to continue to keep on, to keep pushing on, acting as though everything's fine and they are unaffected, when really there's, a lot of longing and a lot of regret beneath the surface. And they say, have faith, you will see results. So they're trying to encourage you that these feelings beneath the surface will continue to churn and will be change makers. It will generate a shift in the situation between the both of you. That this person, they're letting you know they can't hold this in forever. That at some point this pressure is going to build to the point where they need to speak, they need to say something, they need to make themselves known, make their feelings known, or at least bring themselves back into your life. A lot of missing and longing even the friendship, the companionship, the presence of one another in the way that you used to be, or just missing your energy. And so, beneath the surface, there's a lot changing. This person could also be kind of donning a mask because they're trying to find the words to say. They're trying to figure out maybe how to apologize for what they may have said or done in the past, how to really start things over again. And so they're not really wanting this to be known to others. This doesn't really feel like an energy where, they're consulting others, trying to get others' opinions. They're really trying to work this out for themselves, very quietly and very privately, what to do going forward, how to, shift the circumstances and the energy between the both of you. And they also say, stop focusing on me and go after your dreams. So they're encouraging you to not kind of linger in this energy of waiting, this energy of longing, this energy of sadness. They're really hoping that in some way you will either continue to pursue an abundant life for yourself, continue to, rebirth yourself out of the ashes of what might have happened, out of the pain that ensued over your previous experience with this person, that you will continue to, use that as a catalyst to stepping into your best life, that, you will somehow use this pain and this disappointment and loss to your advantage, to allow that to make you a more compassionate person, to redirect that love that you were maybe projecting onto them or giving to them, offering to them, that they weren't able or were unwilling to accept or had rejected in the past. They're hoping that you will be able to instead kind of pour into your own cup, do things that bring you a sense of fulfillment and joy, advocate for yourself, speak your truth, stand in your highest authenticity, and They want a beautiful life for you. They don't want you lingering in the energy of loss and regret and pain. And in time, it feels like this person hopes to kind of meet you further down the road. So again, they're just encouraging you to continue to move forward as they're kind of processing some things below the surface, as these feelings are continuing to kind of churn. They're starting to make sense out of things, or sort of formulate what they want to say, how to really broach this subject or kind of break the ice between the both of you. And so they're admitting that this could take some time. There could still be more that they need to stew on, more that needs to kind of simmer beneath the surface before they're ready to speak their truth and turn the page with you. So for group 4, okay, and they say, look inside yourself. So this is really talking about, despite the 3D circumstances between the both of you, that, at the soul level, energetically, you're very much connected. Whatever it is that they're not able to say in the 3D, you may be picking up on that energy of love, these loving thoughts that they have for you, that they are just kind of admiring you privately and from within, sending that love, projecting that love out to you, maybe even deliberately sending you thought forms of love. And, they're asking you to receive that, to understand this could be all they're able to give at this point in time. Or it's just their way of offering some reassurance that despite what, the surface might look like, the 3D circumstances, despite whatever it is that they're doing, that at the core of them, there is so much love for you. There's a lot of regret over what happened in the past. Feelings that they might not have been able to process, weren't ready for. Maybe they were still wounded from past heartbreak, and so they kind of pushed love away. They rejected the love you had to offer, or didn't really step into exploring this connection and chose to, move in another direction, or, just kind of avoid the opportunity altogether. That as time now has passed, there's the energy of regret and having, kind of missed out on something. And so from the higher realms, from the soul level, they want you to know, and they are actively trying to infuse you with that love, to just give you that boost, that courage, that confidence to step forward and create the best life you can for yourself, to not kind of dwell in this energy of lingering in the past, kind of on this threshold of waiting, not feeling like you actively have to hold the door open for this person, but really moving into a state of trust that, if and when the time is right, that a way forward will be made known for this person, that, in some level you're still connected at the heart space, that there will always be that opening. That person will always be able to find you, energetically speaking. And so your job at this point in time is to, pursue your dreams, pursue that best life for yourself, and allow this person the opportunity to, kind of do their own ascension, take the steps necessary to rise up and to find you and to meet you. They also say we are mirroring each other. So there could be a lot going on beneath the surface of you as well. A lot that you're holding in. You may be trying to kind of go forward with a brave face, act very unbothered by the circumstance in a similar way to what they are doing. But this is really speaking to both of you having a lot of unresolved feelings about this circumstance. A lot of love that still exists for each other that might be quite contrary to what is being displayed on the outside. This can also really talk about the mirroring of the love back and forth, that as you are receiving this love energy from them, as they are sending you this love from their higher self, they're really encouraging you to feel that you can do the same. They're inviting you to do that. If you feel like sending them love, feel like sending them thoughts of love, thought forms of love, they're encouraging you to do that, because they're able to receive that. They're picking up on that. The message is received, and all they may be able to deliver back is, again, something energetically, but it's a confirmation at the very least that this line of communication, this telepathy, this communication between your hearts is always open and very active. And they also say you are always in my thoughts. So confirmation right there of more going on beneath the surface, that the appearance might be they're very happy in their present circumstances. Maybe they are in a relationship with another partner and it might look like things are going very well, and they might be going well to a certain extent, in whatever way that's applicable and in a certain capacity, but there are still thoughts of you. Deep in their heart, you still hold a place. There's still an energy of regret, a feeling of what if, a feeling that another choice should have been made, or, dreaming about what that might have looked like if they had given more fully into this connection or taken a chance on this connection. And they also say, I want you to be happy. So more of that energy of really hoping that you can move forward beyond any kind of energy of actively waiting, actively lingering, sort of holding their place in line almost, waiting for them to return. They want you to move forward. They want you to open your heart to love, to loving experiences in whatever form that may take. They're hoping that they will be able to kind of do this work to rise up to meet you, to be that partner that you deserve, to be able to express love and show up for you in a way that is healthy and reciprocal. But on they're being almost like very realistic that there's a possibility that could, they could not do this work. There's a possibility they could stay in their comfort zone. They could stay in maybe another partnership that they're in that might be comfortable, but not necessarily deeply fulfilling for them on a soul level. Everybody has the free choice to do that, to kind of just stay within a certain parameter, a certain scope that they have created for themselves, or that they've become accustomed to, or to accept the challenge to really step out into the unknown, to open up to something more, to answer that call of their heart and follow that where it leads, or to continue to deny the call, which never goes away, but it can be ignored and disregarded for a lifetime. And so this is it almost feels like a very realistic energy, that they don't want you to wait and put your life on hold, because it's very unknown at this point what the future will bring, what their decision will be. They're kind of putting on a show at this point in time. They're feeling a lot. But they're not really at this decision point of making any action to change. They're kind of, there's almost like a feeling of kind of melancholy here, that a part of them thinks they may just continue to hold this deep and profound love for you inside for the rest of this lifetime, which they know would disappoint you on a level, and it also disappoints them. They're disappointed in themselves as well for not, having the courage to kind of step out and take a chance on something more. It feels like they feel in a way they're playing small with their life, but it's safe. It's something that's known. It's something that's predictable. It's very kind of tangible and measurable success that they are able to, achieve for themselves, or that could be something that, just by a standard that they've come to know, maybe a standard that their family has set, or their community or society has set for them, of just kind of ordinary love, predictable love, logical love, that, making head over heart decisions as opposed to allowing the heart to really weigh into things, following the call of that heart, taking both into account and making sort of a balanced decision. They're really not sure if they are going to make that decision, if they're going to follow through with what that means, what that might bring. They could very much, stay in this comfort zone. And so they want to make sure that you find happiness, you find your own happiness, you create your own happiness, and just sort of allow them the energetic space to do the work necessary to really pull themselves up out of whatever it is that they're settling for, in whatever way that they are not answering the call of their soul. Allow them that opportunity and space to really do that and to really shift their circumstances. So let's get some more messages for you, group 4. Okay, and they say, you are my best friend. So this is definitely a deep soul connection, a counterpart connection. Despite whatever they might be entertaining in their life, maybe friends, other relationships, there's a sense here that it's a half life. They're playing small with their life. have surrounded themselves with circumstances. They've created this facade that, you know, it hides a lot, it masks a lot. Beneath the surface, there's a whole person that nobody else knows, nobody else takes the time to know, or has rejected certain parts of. And so these parts have kind of been tucked away, have been hidden away. And, you know, this might have very much scared them, the fact that you see them, you've seen the authentic them, you recognize their energy, you know, this kind of deep and immediate kinship and familiarity before even, you know, time was taken to get to know the 3D person, that there was just this sense of knowing, this draw, this connectedness, this magnetism. And that could have very much frightened them, because they've become accustomed to hiding so much of themselves, to kind of watering themselves down, keeping parts of themselves secretive. So they're very much appreciative that, you know, it helps them to know that somebody out there knows the real them. Somebody out there sees them, sees beyond this facade that they have created, or that they feel that they must, you know, adorn themselves with. But it's also terrifying, the fact that they are seen. There may be, you know, they don't seem ready to really step out in the light, so to speak. This feels like somebody who is very comfortable kind of having this duality that is very defined within them. There's the self that they project, and then their authentic self. And, you know, with the energy of the best friend, you are the one who sees beyond that. And it might not even be with your physical eyes, but at a soul level, in their soul, they recognize that they are seen, that they are understood. And it's something that they very much cherish. This is unique and very, you know, it's different. It stands apart from all other connections, all other dynamics. And it's something that they very much cherish this. They cherish this, knowing that there is somebody out there who recognizes them beyond the masks and the masquerade that they are putting on, the show that they're putting on for the world. And they say, I'm asking for some time to get myself together first. So that's more of that energy of needing to really come to terms with this, the changes that they need to make in their own time. So they want you to really, you know, not put your life on hold for them, to continue to pursue your dreams, continue to, you know, pursue abundance, be open to receiving blessings, be open to receiving love. Love even in the form of somebody who will meet your emotional needs, who you are compatible with, who has done the work on themselves that you have done on yourself. This person still has a lot to really admit to. They have a lot to really process and a lot to really express about themselves. This is somebody who needs to bloom in a major way in their life. And you may have already done that blossoming, and they're recognizing that. They love that. They admire that. But they're letting you know that they still have a lot that they need to kind of work through, come through. And so, again, encouraging you to, you know, not put your life on hold for that. Keep some space for them. Keep the hope alive. Keep a place, you know, keep the light on in your heart for them, so that they kind of can find their way home, if they choose to do that work in this lifetime. But, you know, definitely prioritize self-care and self-love, and be open to receiving love and abundance of love in maybe another form from this person than this person. And they also say, I think you are so sexy. So in terms of that energy of blossoming, they really recognize how you have bloomed, how, you know, despite the circumstances that occurred between the both of you, the disappointment of this, feeling this connectedness, this vulnerability, this soul knowing, and maybe this person exercised their free will, their choice to move in another direction, to reject this, to continue to play small, continue to play the masquerade that they had been doing in their life up to this point. And they're recognizing how, you know, you to a certain extent, and even to a large extent, you've grown beyond this. You've shifted yourself. You've not allowed this pain to really break you. And if it has crumbled you, you have risen beyond that into a fuller expression of yourself. And they're really admiring that. It's an example for them. They're looking to you even energetically as, you know, just a possibility. This is an option now of something else that is possible. The work that you do on yourself, the best life that you're living, it helps them to know that there's something else available for them than whatever life they have created for themselves, which on the outside they are appearing happy, but there's a deep soul dissatisfaction that is going on for them. So you serve an important role for this person, and again, kind of showing them the way to something greater than what their current reality is. And they say, I am awake and confused about all of this. So this person is definitely aware of the connection. They are awake to the connection. They could be going through a spiritual awakening or on the precipice of a spiritual awakening. They could be kind of avoiding a dark night of the soul and might be at the point of some tower moments happening. Knowing that some work needs to be done, recognizing and understanding the polarity between maybe the life that they've been leading, the person that they've been projecting themselves to be to the world, versus this very authentic self that they may have hidden within, kind of suppressed and stuffed in, and yet, you know, your soul and their soul were able to immediately recognize each other. It's almost breathed life into a part of them that they have kind of neglected and tried to kind of look away from. And so it's leading to a lot of confusion, kind of a crossroads period about, you know, continue in this kind of energy that they are in this sort of half life, or take the chance for something more, not knowing what that's going to look like, but just this sense that on some level their soul will be more deeply satisfied and quenched than it is currently. So let's get some more messages for you, group 4. Okay, and they say, you'll never have anything to fear with me. I will keep you safe and secure. So this really, to me, is tying in with this energy of them wanting you to not kind of actively wait for them to continue to move forward into your best life. And this, I feel, is part of them trying to protect you, trying to ensure that, you know, you don't diminish your experience of this lifetime by kind of letting time slip away while remaining on pause for this person. That it's almost pushing you away is protecting you from kind of letting the time slip away. They're kind of pushing you in the direction to, you know, create your own joy, create your own abundance, create the kind of life you would like to lead, and to trust that if this person chooses to, when the time is right, they will come to meet you. And they say, close your eyes and call in Saint Germain. Surround our love with the protection of the violet flame. So this can definitely be a confirmation of a twin flame that you're dealing with here, twin flame connection. And this is also this person letting you know that beneath the surface, they have a lot of love for you. They send a lot of love your way. This is something that even as you kind of move beyond the state of actively waiting, they're encouraging you to tap into that loving energy. Know that, you know, at the soul level, beyond all lifetimes, you are connected. That, you know, whatever the circumstances that might play out in this incarnation, that this does not dictate the totality of the soul connection. This is merely a phase. This is perhaps a learning experience. For some people, this will be a lifetime where, you know, this person needs to sit with regret. They need to sit with that that feeling of having missed out, of letting fear hold them back. And that can really, you know, help shape the trajectory of the next lifetime, where they make the choice to, with courage, kind of step through the fear, step into the unknown, break away from what is comfortable, and actively move into this energy of expansion. For others of you, that choice will be made in this lifetime. That, you know, the more and more that you sort of expand your life, you expand your energy, you step into that authenticity, and it serves as a beacon for this person, kind of calling them, beckoning them to really rise beyond the limitations that have been put upon them or that they put on themselves. And a lot of them will make that choice. They will step into that. They will break out of this mold, out of this pattern, and it will be a lifetime of great accomplishment, kind of moving through fear, conquering that fear, sort of reconciling the ego and the higher self to make more balanced decisions of head and heart, as opposed to maybe just allowing themselves to be trapped in sort of these logical and fear-based thoughts. And they also say, I'm starting to see past these illusions. They're just fears I've been running from. So that is in line with what I was just saying about these fears that this person is being called to move through. If a spiritual awakening is going on, or even some of these feelings beneath the surface, beneath this exterior that everything's fine, that they're happy, that they're content, they're feeling a lot, they're perceiving a lot, they're starting to recognize some nuances about the people they're dealing with, the life they've created for themselves. They're starting to see the comparison between the soul satisfaction they feel with you, this deep kinship, this best friend energy, versus kind of the diluted version that they're experiencing with everybody else maybe in their life, or other experiences in love. And as this kind of discrepancy is becoming more apparent, this is really kind of, it's providing them truth and illumination and clarity, and it's really helping them to kind of determine a clear path forward beyond these sort of self-imposed limitations, to step out into the possibility and the process of creating something more for themselves. They also say, our time apart really gives me time to reflect. I've been able to look at our relationship with more clarity. So beautiful confirmation there as your final message, group 4, of the energy I was just talking about, this person getting a lot of clarity, seeing deeply into this connection, being able to compare this with, other experiences in their life currently or in the past. And so all hope is not gone in this. This is definitely not a done and over forever situation. There's a lot happening beneath the surface. A lot of change is possible. This person is being guided to the tools and the opportunities and the things that they need to do in order to unshackle themselves from a limited life. And this love that they feel, this compulsion to kind of move toward your soul, to answer the call of their heart, it will continue to be there, and they can ignore that as long as they want to, and it will continue to be known. It will continue to be present. It is something that cannot be avoided. It's a very necessary step that they are being invited to take in this lifetime. And so for a lot of you, time can help to really provide them with more clarity and, this kind of, this urge and this drive that will then lead to action to change their circumstances and the circumstances between the both of you. So I'm going to close this reading out for you, group 4, with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates. Okay, so we have R, J, H, Y, I, S, U, K, and X. So those are your messages, group 4. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the video. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.